Pain and grief of loss are, with few exceptions, an unavoidable part of sharing a life with pets. And sometimes, for lots of different reasons, some losses hit harder than others. For John Mendola, one of New York's finest, the prospect of that loss was too much to bear. When he learned that his rescue dog, Princess, was dying, he made the rare decision to have her cloned. This is his story.
I saw a TV program about cloning, but it was done in South Korea at the time. And it was like $100,000 or something like that. And it was very rare, And that's how I initially found out about it, but it wasn't really done here yet. I was a policeman, and I rescued this little dog in March of 2006. She was all matted. She wasn't well taken care of and dirty, and nobody claimed her or anything like that. So me and my girlfriend at the time, we got her cleaned up, and then we named her Princess, and we kept her. And it's funny because she took to me right away, and I worked a night shift at the time, and my girlfriend would call me like 1 a.m. and tell me I pull her back into the bed, and she would run back to the door, put her nose by the door until you came home from work in the morning. That's how close she was to me. Yeah. So after about 2 years or so, we broke up. I retired, and I wound up keeping the dog, and she was my little heart. I've had animals my whole life, and she was my little doll, my little angel, and she just was just different. She touched my heart a certain way, and just... She wound up getting sick in like December of 2016, and she had kidney disease, and she had cancer. We got it removed, but when we got the cancer removed, the mass removed, it wasn't very good results with the biopsy. It wasn't good. But when they removed the mass, they did take a tissue sample and I had the kit from Viagen. Matter of fact, when they did that, I ran right over to FedEx, and they FedExed it back to them. So she wound up living. She recovered well, because this all happened in December of 2016. So in March 2017, she was going downhill, and she passed away. I didn't do it right away. I waited a little bit. Then about a year later, I waited. I didn't want to do this now while she was still alive. And then a special came up, I think it was in February. I saw it. It was a special for like Valentine's Day, take 10,000 off, because it's 50,000. So it would be 40,000. So in May, I signed all the papers, sent it in. In May, I flew over there. I flew over to Texas because I wanted to see the facility where they were and everything, and had a meeting with them there. And they were very nice. Everybody was nice. And then I felt comfortable. So I said, okay. And then I signed. And then, later on that year, I was in Florida back in September of 2018, and I got a call, and it told me there was a birth, and we got twins. I couldn't even tell you how I felt. Like I felt overjoyed. Yeah. It was amazing. It was just, I was tearing and everything. I'm tearing now. It was amazing feeling. So I was so excited. And then you have to wait. You have to wait 8 weeks. So before you get them, well, they send you every week. They send you pictures and then videos of them and everything. And then 5 weeks they do the DNA, and they sent them to the lab, and then they pull the original, and it's identical. Flew them into me at LaGuardia Airport in Queens, and I was there, and I named them Princess Ariel and Princess Jasmine after the princess. And I had another rescue here too, which was Princess's best friend, who missed her very much. She was Shih Tzu and Pekingese, and her name was Bibi. She missed her terrible. Like she didn't really she would always like growl at other dogs that I brought them out, at other dogs outside. The minute I brought them home, her tail was wagging. She was all excited. Like she smelled right away. She took them, not even a growl. So my hair started standing up. I was all, it was like, wow, that's amazing. And she was all excited, playing with them, you could feel and you could see that, that she's to them right away. I don't know. I can't explain it. It's really, I used to say uncanny. I don't know. Even now, they do things at the same time. If you're petting them and they do a shake, they do it at the same time. And they're looking like this together. Their heads are moving at the same time and everything. They're twins, but they're more than that, They play fight all the time. Yeah, they kiss each other every day. They're kissing each other. They love each other. They're inseparable.
Is there a concern that they may have the same cancer that Princess had?
I know. That was one of the questions I asked, because, anything's possible. So the only thing I can do is like things that environmentally, like try to give them a healthier food, little things like that. And I clean their paws off every single time I finish walking them, because there's pesticides outside and they walk on the lawns or they walk in the street, wherever people use pesticides and stuff. Because then what do dogs do? They start licking their paws and little things like that. I don't know if that's contributed to it. They may wind up eventually getting the same thing. I don't know, but I can only control things that I can control. Comparisons. Yeah, I think everybody does that because they're, I just try to bring them up the same way. The same way, like I would do Princess, the same way. I didn't want to change anything besides the environmental thing. Yeah, I think, I'm not trying to say, oh, well, I wish she was like this or like that. I think that's something, they got to live their own life, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So they have each other. Princess didn't have a reflection of each other like these two do, but she had she had a friend. So it was a little bit different. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect, and I didn't have Princess as a puppy. I had Princess, she might've been 2 or 3 years old. So I never got to see Princess as a puppy. So now I got to see what she was. I think you always find yourself kind of comparing, Yeah. Princess is in the back of my mind. I'll never forget her. But, it's I think as time goes on, you find yourself less doing it because the years are going on.
Of course.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, definitely. Would you do it again?
Well, I knew that question was coming. What's strange is that my BB passed away. That was their Princess's friend. So I have her DNA saved. And I have a cat DNA saved.
Okay.
So, but I didn't do anything with them yet. I didn't do anything with them yet. So maybe I would have if I only got one, but I got 2 here. two clones. So I still could, but I don't know yet. Was it worth the money? Yes. It took me a while. I knew about it a couple of years before, so I was saving, and then I had to sell my car and everything. I came up with the rest of it, so it was...
Did any of your friends or family sort of think you were crazy for doing this?
My family didn't really know right away. No, they didn't know right away. I was afraid of that because of what their reaction was going to be. Yeah. Because, they knew I was, crazy about Princess and it was just special to me. But, they've accepted it. And, I met a few friends, they used to ask me, Viagen, they, used to ask me, do you mind speaking to somebody they're about to lose their pet and they're interested in cloning, but would you be interested in speaking to them because they want to speak to somebody who's been through it? And they call me and I walk them through it, like, what I experienced and, whatever I could do to help them out, because as a policeman, I help people out. So now I could do it a different way, with their pets. And they want to ask me questions about the personality. That's the big one. I get personality. And, of course, any way I could help out. And I'm still in touch today with some people that, because it's tough when you lose a pet. They're part of the family. I know how it is. I've been through it. It's horrible, horrible. But would I do it again? Yes, I would. I would do it again, the cloning. They've made such a difference in my life. I can't explain it to you. I'm so happy, They make a horrible day if I'm going through a rough time. And then you just get that love, and it's just changes your day, changes into a wonderful day,